Hi, folks. So really quickly, I'm going to show you two ways that you can make online appointments. The first is the way to make an online appointment with a Writing Center tutor. And the second is the way to make an online appointment with a research librarian. You are required in week 13 to have a tutoring appointment with either a Writing Center tutor or a research librarian. So you're going to be required to do one of these two things. I recommend, if you are more concerned about the quality of your writing, so if in the past you have had feedback on the content of your writing or the organization that you would like more feedback for, then I suggest going to a Writing Center tutoring appointment. If you are more concerned with the incorporation or the finding of sources when it comes to your research, maybe that is something that you are still struggling with the research rough draft, then that might be better to take up for a research librarian appointment. I'm going to show you how to do both, and I believe that both are limited to 30 minutes as the first appointment slot. Obviously, you can do more than one appointment slot if you want an hour-long appointment, but you can totally do both in a day and get some feedback on your writing and your research, but you are required to at least do one of those things in week 13. They have very flexible scheduling hours, so you should be able to work them in, but if you aren't able, please let me know. Okay, so I am on MGA's website. You can see up at the top, it's mga.edu. That's how I got here. I go over to the search bar and just type in Writing Center. And the first link here, I'm going to click on that. Awesome. And you scroll down to the middle of the page, and this big purple bar that says Book a Writing Center appointment is what I'm going to click on. And that brings you to the Writing Center online schedule. Now, if you've never made an appointment with the MGA Writing Center or the MGA Student Success Center, it will likely ask you to create an account. It's very quick. I think all it asks is for your MGA email address and your 983 number, and obviously your name. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and make one. I'm going to log out just to show you what it looks like. So here's what it looks like if you are not logged in and you don't have an account. It will say log in with your institutional username and password, or if you don't have an account, it will ask you to create an account. So I already have one because I'm the Writing Center coordinator. So you will scroll down once you have created your account to the Writing Center schedule. There are 3 schedules listed here. MARC is for math tutoring. The Writing Center is for writing tutoring, obviously. And then the Student Success Center gives tutoring for kind of all of the other classes. So psychology, sociology, social studies, history. So what we want to click on is the Writing Center. And it brings up the Writing Center schedule. As you can see, the schedule is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but that is not always full. So obviously today it's April 3rd, Thursday. So no one was working at 8 a.m. this morning. We are often open from 11 to 6, sometimes a little bit later than that, depending. So you can make an appointment with any of these people at any of the white blocks time slots. So for example, I am the director of the Writing Center in Cochrane, and it tells the location of each tutor over here. Making an online appointment, obviously it doesn't matter their location because you're going to be meeting online. And Dr. Colley, here she is the director of the Writing Center in Macon. So she's obviously here all day today. And there's me. I am there Monday all day on the Cochrane campus. So for example, if you wanted to make an appointment with me Monday, you would click one of the blocks here. Let's say you wanted to make an appointment with me Monday at 1 o'clock. You would click that block and you would make your appointment. So the client, that's you would put your name here. And you would either choose a face-to-face appointment or an online appointment. Obviously, most of you are going to have online appointments because you are online students and you are not on campus. But if you live in Macon and you want an in-person appointment, and that's just really important to you to have that in-person face-to-face interaction, there are options to cancel an appointment or reschedule, so you are not like stuck with an appointment. If you something comes up or you need to reschedule, you can, but you are required to make an appointment next week and go to see one of the tutors or one of the research librarians. So I would suggest making an appointment for a time, scheduling it, putting it in your phone as a reminder, and just going ahead and doing the online appointment. A blue block is an in-person appointment. A red block is an online appointment. So I'm going to make a sample appointment with my new tutor, James, in Cochrane, and I'm going to show you what it looks like once you have made an online appointment. So I'm going to click. I am going to put my email in here. There I am. And I'm going to make sure that I'm scheduling an online appointment. It asks what you would like to work on today. If you just say English 1101 research essay, that's fine. They will know what you're looking for. And then professor is me. So you can just type Outler. There I am. You will not have this box here, but if you click create appointment, it will show up on the schedule. So I'm using this appointment, this online appointment, as an example. This student needs some help with her APA paper for Professor Ward's class. So she has scheduled an online appointment. When you come back to your appointment schedule, you will click start or join online consultation, and it will bring you to a Zoom video chat type space where you will then meet with your tutor. They will know that it's your first time doing an online appointment. So if you are confused about anything, feel free to ask them questions. But most of the time, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, I'm going to go back to mga.edu to show you how to use the library scheduler. So I just type in library here, and I go to mga.edu /library. So this is the library's website. I'm sure you're familiar with it by now since you have been using it for research. But if you scroll down on the home page, there are two buttons in the middle. One says book a research appointment and one says book a makerspace appointment. A research appointment is an appointment with a research librarian, and a makerspace appointment is an appointment for you to use the makerspace on campus. That's like a space that has 3D printers, it's got a button maker, it's got a lot of really cool stuff, but that's not what we're doing this week. So you will click book a research appointment, and it says make an appointment and select your location. So because you are an online student, you will select online. And it shows you all of the librarians available at that time. If you don't have a preference for which librarian you want to meet with, you can just select what day you'd like to meet with them. So say next Monday you want to meet. You click Monday, and all of the appointment times that are available Monday will show up on the right. There's a ton of appointment times available. So say you wanted to meet Monday at 10 a.m. You click continue, and then it asks your details. So your name, your email, and what your, you can upload your essay here. And then you will click confirm appointment. I'm not going to do that, but that's what you will do for confirming your appointment. And then you will go come right back here to meet with your online librarian. You will also get a confirmation email for both the Writing Center and the library appointment to remind you of what time it is, and those will also give you links back to the scheduler. So remember that for week 13, you're required to have an appointment with either a tutor from the Writing Center or a research librarian. If you do both, that's great. The last thing I will let you know is both the Writing Center and the research librarians do send reports for who comes, so I will know if you show up. That's how it works. They send a report after your appointment is scheduled, after your appointment is held. So the report also goes to you, and it kind of sums up what you talked about so that it can give you some reminders as to what you talked about and where you might go next with your writing or your research. Okay, that's all. If you have any questions about this or you need any further instructions on how to make an appointment, you can shoot me an email and I'd be happy to walk you through it. Or you can chat with the librarians directly. And feel free to message me about having a Teams meeting or a video chat meeting if you are feeling a little unclear or confused about any part of the research paper, or making an appointment with either the Writing Center or a research librarian. All right, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to y'all next week.